when you have a very difficult job setting up fights because you're kind of like, with no disrespect, setting up like schoolyard fights between high school. Like, you have no information on any of these people. At least you have social media now.
Yeah.
But the thought that you are coming up, some of these people, like, they've never competed in a jiu-jitsu competition. They've never been in a fight other than like this first opportunity. So what goes into interviewing that, like, we'll say like the ultimate rookie?
Yeah, so a lot of the times so I get it from both sides. Either a coach that we've dealt with in the past, reaches out like, hey, I have this fighter available, or it's a fighter themselves reaching out to me on like Instagram or Facebook. And usually if it's the fighter directly, I have to ask a lot more questions.
Is that welcomed?
So, absolutely.
If somebody reaches out to you through DMs or something like that?
No, it happens all the time. It's pretty much like, even like my phone number is on Art of War's Instagram page. So that people can reach out, whether it be a coach or a fighter, But when it comes to a fighter, first thing I'm going to ask is, what gym do you train out of? Would your coach approve you to fight? Because I got some guys who just reach out, but
if I ask
they're probably not ready, because it's, they don't realize that their coach actually has to fill out paperwork, for them to say like, yes, like this person is good enough to fight. So that starts to weed out some of them. But, I try and get a good background on them, if they had any college wrestling, what's their jiu-jitsu belt, any boxing or kickboxing matches, how long have they been training? I get a full background, even though it's not everything. And I'm also trusting them. I mean, I've also had people lie to me too about their experience.
Have you had anybody lie and then get real beat up?
Yes. Yes, that has
Why
happened.
would you do that?
Hey, no.
Has anybody done it to like get beaten up on purpose?
Not on purpose. But I think it's, I think part of it's the male ego. They really think that like I can go in there and I can fight, and they don't realize what goes into it. Like, this person like had actually trained before, but definitely was not at the same level as what their opponent was training at. And they came in and it was like, yeah, that was a shit show. Like, at least he didn't get hurt that bad. But
sorry, buddy.
Yeah, they don't realize that, yes, getting punched in the face kind of hurts a lot. So,
the next day for sure.
Yeah, so I've had people like that, just lie about their experience. Also both ways, trying to hide stuff as well. And then I look like on someone's Instagram page and I'm like,
nobody sandbags.
Yeah, right.
Nobody does that.
Yeah. I've had, a coach tell me, oh yeah, this kid started training with me. Like, he's pretty green. And I'm like, okay. So I do a little bit more research on the kid and I'm like, oh, he was only like a national wrestling champ from like South America. Like, no big deal. Like, but yet this coach is telling me that they're, a green fighter. And so,
yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah, so it's like I try to do a little bit of due diligence. If I can find fight film of someone, from another promotion, I'll do that as well.
Do you ever send in spies?
Not spies. We don't need to send in spies. Even though we've had other promotions send in spies for our shows, like to come check it out.
I would have volunteered.
Like, no, we've had people show up that we know work for other promotions, and it's like, I mean, I've probably been accused of being a spy because